Alright guys, winter is fast approaching and the Challenger, I want to get it off the road. So I bought a Dodge truck. Mechanically it's really sound. There was a video of me going to Canton, Ohio and getting it, but a bit of a rust bucket. So what I'm out here doing today is I found a guy, pretty good dude on Facebook, had a parts truck, came out to Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, and we're pulling parts. So let me just flip this sucker around.
Alright, so here's my truck. As you can see, it's outfitted with the premium silver tailgate package. We got the tools going. You can see this is my bed. I got new cab corners. Corners of my doors are actually rusted out. You can't really see until you open that door. Prior owner smashed the bumper pretty good. Crinkled the fender on my truck. Put a wave in the door. This cab corner's gone too. So what I did was I bought cab corners. I bought another bed, but it's red and I have to actually straighten it a little bit. So I'm probably just going to do some cruddy body work to this just to get me through winter. But this is the parts truck. As you can see, the doors are in great shape on this thing. Fender is like perfectly straight. Pulled the front bumper off of it, which is sitting over there. And we got Mr. Jerry right up there. I don't know if you can see him. He disappeared. He must be working on something. But pulling it off. So this goes to show you guys, if you don't have a lot of cash, you can find ways around. Look for the used marketplace and junkyards and less conventional methods like Facebook. And you'll be able to find the parts you need. So next video may be me bolting these parts on and seeing how much better the truck looks. Alright guys, until next time. Back in the shop, we got everything back. It's the bed that's going to be put on after winter. It's going to need a little bit of straightening and stuff like that, but it's a pretty decent bed. Bumper, fender, and the doors. However, I don't have time to really do that bumper, or I'm sorry, that bed the right way, because I want to make sure it's straight and really good, because I'm trying to make this truck look decent. So what I did was I'm just gonna slap this bed together for winter, and then I'm gonna do that one, and whenever that one's done, I'll just swap the beds. I have the cab corners, I'm gonna do them right, but just for now, for the bed, just cut out a piece of sheet metal. You can actually see the DGE from that. So if you guys don't have one of these, get yourself one. It's a nibbler with that goes to a power drill. The thing works awesome. So a little bit of Bondo, and then I'll update you and see how this thing actually looks. So this is doing it on a budget or doing it temporarily. Look at that. That's perfect. That's hillbilly chrome. All right, guys. I bonded up the bed a little bit right here. Whenever you do this, here, let me get back. Whenever you do this and you apply Bondo, don't expect to get it on the first shot. You're probably gonna have to apply it and get it as straight as you can and see your low spots. That's what they call a guide coat. I'll go over that later, but you don't have to do that here because I can just see where my low spots are, whatever's going to need filled. Again, this is this isn't the perfect way of doing it by any means, but this is going to get me through winter and make the truck look half decent. So if you're on a low buck and you need to get some body work done, I mean, there's worse options out there. So stay tuned. Also, this is called rasping. It's basically a cheese grater, flat cheese grater. So this knocks a lot of your Bondo down. This isn't how you, this isn't what you do right before you paint it. But if you need to knock a lot of Bondo off, and I mean I had to put a lot of filler in this panel, this is a good option to start with. Okay, all right. All right, guys, I rasped out the panel, and essentially this is what it looks like. It's quasi straight. I'm gonna need a second coat of filler. As you can see, there's deep scratches, but man, I had a lot of filler to take out, so I'm okay with it. Essentially, this will all be hit with sandpaper. After probably the next coat will pretty much be done with sandpaper. I might rasp this a little bit up here to get this straight, because this is a big low spot right here. As you can see, as you run your hand across, you'll be able to feel, I guess it actually feels fairly flat. And it's going to obviously need finish and sanded, but for a quick rasp over, we're a lot closer than we were a short while ago. So See you on the next coat of Bondo. Alright guys, I'm done with this first patch. Not perfect, but I don't expect it to be. I don't want to put any more effort into this than I have to. It's definitely still got some pinholes and some low spots and stuff like that, but I'm pretty much good with it. I'm gonna leave it as is. As you can see right here, I could fill that and sand it again, but I mean, I literally cut this out of a tailgate and did this really quick. So if you got rust holes, this is better than slamming duct tape over top of it or Sunoco stickers like you see some people do. It's fairly flat all through here. I mean, if I kept working it, I could make like up here look like this, but you know what, for right now it's good enough. You know, you really have to look close. And this I'm literally scrapping this bed next spring, so I'm just basically practicing body work and getting this thing together just so it doesn't look like total crap. If you're intimidated by doing body work, pretty much just block sand, block sand, block sand. You can go to Walmart. Actually, go to Walmart. It even tells you what steps they are. Like step 3. And like step 3. Step 2. Here, let me see. Boop. There we go. Like step 2. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. And then I just took it on here. Put a piece of cardboard behind this, so that this back piece here wouldn't take off material, and then I just wrapped the sandpaper around it and block sanded until it felt pretty flat. So it is pretty flat. So I did the back one here. Again, just cut a chunk of tailgate out, and I got this one started. So this is gonna need a second coat of Bondo, but this is just gonna be so if I'm driving by or you're walking past my car, you look down and you don't see gaping huge rust holes like that. So this is actually going to have to get fixed correctly. That I just tacked a couple pieces into place, called it a day, bonded over top of it. So, I mean, at least there's sheet metal behind it, but whatever. Also did it with just a flux core wire welder, nothing special. Works okay for sheet metal. Just turn on the lowest setting, and if you're going to do the whole thing, just connect your tacks. You don't really need gas, but gas is nice. So if you need to do body work, you can do it. Just got to take your time and just block sand a lot. And I didn't really go crazy down here because look, from up here, you can't even see it. So like I said, I'm scrapping this bed, but nice to do a little video and kind of tell you guys that you guys can do it if you need to do it. So, all right, I got her in primer, and this way you can kind of see how it looks whenever it's primed. It's pretty straight. It doesn't look too bad. It is so cold in here that the primer can run real easy. It's just out of a rattle can, but whatever. But looking at it from up here, put some paint on it, you know, it's gonna look pretty decent. This spot right here, that's just like a darker spot of the primer after I paint it. That's not like a low spot or anything. It's just so cold that the primer is like a little bit discolored after I sprayed it. But if I would put one more skim coat on it or maybe some frosting, I could have got it like real good. But I mean, compared to, you know, the big gaping hole, like for example, like this is it fixed. This is pretty much the same thing on this side that it was. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I just put some filler in these little holes here. I'm not gonna bother putting metal in them. And you know, all the bolt-on parts, I mean, I just got those are gonna be easy, because I don't really have to do any work to those. But yeah, there's a patch completely done, and that one is pretty much on its way. So probably gonna stop doing the play-by-plays on each patch and just kind of show you guys what it's gonna be like whenever it's all done. So there it is. Stay tuned for the next video for pretty much the finished thing, and you know, the bed, and then maybe some, you know, me bolting on the other parts. But that'll probably be next video. All right, Bill from County Line. See you next time.